What's good, everyone? It's your boy Nazi with another video for the channel. Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone. And I feel like I don't need to introduce you anymore.
Stop it.
A guest that we've had on, I think, the most on this channel, outside of our four co-hosts, and that is Corey Sanchize, the Sanchize from On the Warpath. Corey, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well after being harassed multiple times by the CEO of this great channel. I decided that I had to come on here. Well, I didn't decide. The CEO decided to invite me on here because, and I see what you did there on the title and everything. And that's very petty of you. And you've learned a lot from me. And I'm very proud of you, Nati. Thank you. Thank you so much, because Lord, if I ever get in trouble, I know once you're like Attorney General here in the great Commonwealth, or if you got a rough head like our future Lieutenant Governor, I know you are going to be on there. Funny story after that. I had to tell you that later. But hey, bro, I am ready for this one because, bro. I appreciate you having me on as always, man. But we're going to have to get you. Well, you were on a couple. I forgot you were on a couple.
We got to talk a little bit about Jonathan Allen, but not like what we're about to do tonight, bro. Hey, this is like all pro Allen, so we'll got a lot to talk about.
He's a more right now. He has done more to be an all-pro than that daggone guard that backed into the award last year will ever do. So I'll give it. You got to admit, I'm a John Allen fan. I am a John Allen fan. I'm not a John Allen hater. I am a John Allen fan. I thought
who was the odd man out last year?
John Allen. John Allen was the odd man out last year, and I knew why. I know why he was. And I said, it was something about him that stunk. And since you want to go to Pro Football Focus, look it up. His rushing numbers, how he was against the run was probably the worst out of any of our interior defense.
What was his overall PFF rating?
Don't matter about the old. Don't matter about the old. Doesn't matter. And plus, I have somebody who's told me, it's Pro Football Focus. Really, bro? We're talking about Pro Football Focus. It's not the Bible.
It's good with defensive linemen. That's the one position I feel like. I mean, you can't really evaluate off of stats.
So you can't. You're right. And you're right. But still,
even offensive linemen too. I'd probably say.
Yeah, it's a daggone joke, but okay. Who do you want me to go after first? John Allen? Like I said, I'm not a John Allen hater. If you want to call me a Brandon Sheriff hater, you can win some, you can lose some. Oh, I didn't see that comment down there. But I mean, come on, man. Come on, step to my parlor.
Corey, let's ease into things.
Okay.
So we got a lot of sparring to do later on in the show, but let's ease into things because we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir.
The first thing I want to talk to you about, or get your opinions on, are your last thoughts on Washington's epic win against the Tampa Bay Bucks, the reigning Super Bowl champions last week, and just your overall thoughts on how the team came out of the bye week.
Well, I've said this like everywhere I've been at so far, and even on my channel. It shows you what this team is capable of. Like this is the Washington football team that we thought we were going to see in September and in October. They're just a little late. It's just late. They were running on they were running on CP time. They were running on that's exactly what they're running on. As far as it goes, they were working on Carlos' personal time, Ron's time. That's what they were running on. It's all in the plan, right? It's Ron's plan. But I think that to show that if they have a concerted effort that focuses on the run, that actually, they force turnovers. That's the thing. And a lot of people undersell what they did last week. They forced turnovers. They didn't get a sack defensively, but they forced turnovers. Talking about Cam Curl, who should have never been riding the pine as long as he did. And everybody knows that. They literally went out there and took it away from him. That's what they did. Besides the time when they got baptized by Mike Evans, and that was just one person. That was kind of like they locked down Mike Evans.
Did you see my tweet on Sunday?
No,
about
I didn't
that?
see it. What'd you say?
I literally, so I was taking like my last LSAT, and like so I missed like part of the game, right when I turned it on, literally 2 seconds after I turned it on was that Mike Evans touchdown. So I was like, you know what, I think I'm bad luck, but luckily
baptize him.
Yeah,
just baptize him.
No,
but that drive, that last drive, dude, that was something epic. Like that, just to see them do it. And I was sitting here with Toothpick and Hail to the W, Paulie. And I said, 27-23, Tom Brady's going to find a way to win this game. I didn't think we had the capability of doing this. And then when you have a quarterback like Taylor Story Leineke, who only plays up when it's a storyline that fits him, I've got the evidence to prove it. Come on now. Come on. Oh, you don't agree with me on this, do you?
No, I'm saying like that's a good point.
You agree with me on Story Leineke. Oh, okay, cool. So, like, if you look at it, right? We celebrated a cat who almost did it, right? We started calling the legend like our buddy B. Militant for Redskins review. He's like, oh, the legend Taylor Heineke lives up again. And okay, we almost got there. We're celebrating almost got there. It's like people like you who love Brandon Sheriff. We go from a higher percentage of losing to a lesser percentage of losing. Not winning, but lesser percentage.
You notice how we won though? How our offensive line
physical,
was much better once he was in the lineup. You notice how we had so many sacks a couple weeks before
Imagine. It was a bye week. They're coming off a bye week. Not to be calm down. They were coming off a bye week.
Not inserting Brandon Sheriff at all.
They were coming off the back end. They're coming back in. That's what happened there. And you were down to your third right tackle too. Shout out Shazique Charles, who probably should be the team MVP
that just makes his performance even more impressive. You're proving my point, Corey.
No, it makes it impressive of what John Matsko has done. That's what it makes it more impressive of, is what John Matsko and Travell Wharton have done. That's what is the impressive thing there, Nati. But dude, and then with Elroy Jetson, Scott Turner, what he's done, that offense, like he did not go stupid in the red zone and on third down. And that is a body for success in football. Convert your third downs, 11 of 19 on third downs offensively. Good for 58%. We've been borderline 40, 38%, somewhere in that range. That is how you win ball games.
Third down too.
Yeah, Adam Humphreys, finally. I didn't know he was on the team. I thought he was the ball boy for the longest time. That was like, who's 13?
Third down guy.
Yeah, he's just like old Dax Milne, right? But he didn't put the ball on the turf, right? So yeah. But it's good. Good win.
Yep. Appreciate your thoughts there. I wanted to wait a little bit. Alexander Wilson. Yeah, Corey, since the last time you come on, we've actually had like a couple of donations. So I do want to shout out Alexander Wilson, $5 here. Jonathan Allen.
Alex is the man. Is the man, donation man. He is awesome.
Yes. We always appreciate the donations, and I definitely agree with you on Alex. But Jonathan Allen led the team last year in QB hits, hurries, and pressures. So, and that was a down year for Jonathan Allen. In Corey's eyes. Okay. Again, I'm trying to ease into this. Even the Brandon Sheriff stuff, like I literally have a part of this discussion segmented for that, but like it's a little bit later. The next question I want to ask you, you sort of touched on Taylor Heineke. Do you see Taylor Heineke, Bud Lightekey? I think that's what it's
Storyline Heineke, yeah.
Storyline Heineke, as being the starter for not just the rest of the season, but potentially into next season.
Dear God, I hope not. But like this is the ultimate case. I call it Ashburners. But a lot of people call JP Finley and the boys call it Ashburn syndrome. Like that, and George Carmen, he said that it's like Stockholm syndrome. Like we don't feel like we can do better. Like we got people out here calling him Joe Theismann. Can he like go? Can he win a playoff game first before we start calling him Joe Theismann? Like or Joe Theismann-esque, right? Like calm down. I like Taylor. I think what he did, this is what Taylor Heinicke is. He is the perfect stopgap quarterback.
Facts.
Because he is, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Dump Truck Don Wilson. He said that he is, it was Heavy Chevy who said it. He's Colt McCoy 2.0. That's exactly what
he's better
he
than
is.
Colt McCoy.
He is. No, I'm talking about no, not Colt McCoy now. And not but Colt McCoy, like kind of Cleveland-ish Colt McCoy. But he is.
He's in between that and
mobile
Kirk Cousins. He's in between both. Yes. In between. So he's a bottom 20.
Yeah, I that's like saying I'm in a. Yeah, that's like saying I'm in between a broke man and a billionaire. Like what?
No, I'm saying somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between. That's a big in between, Nati. Like,
I mean, you're also the one who said that he was like Colt McCoy, which is
he
like
Colt McCoy. He closer. Who is he closer to? Colt McCoy or Kirk Cousins?
In between. I never said he was like one or the other.
Don't you in between me?
Like he's more clutch than Kirk Cousins. I'll give you that. He's more clutch than Kirk Cousins, but he doesn't have the stats.
He only got 3 wins. How's he more clutch than Kirk Cousins? He only got 3 wins.
I don't care. Kirk Cousins crumbles in prime time. That's what Kirk Cousins does. He crumbles. He still does in Minnesota.
Heinicke's got 3 wins.
What's the Vikings record right now?
Kirk Cousins. Lord, you've got me. Nati, what are you doing? You've got me defending Kirk Cousins.
They're 4-5. 4-5.
Nati. Kirk Cousins.
Only a game back from the Vikings.
Nati. Kirk Cousins led the Minnesota Vikings on a overtime game-winning drive in the playoffs in the Big Easy.
No, that was a push-off. That was a push-off by Kyle Rudolph. That was a push-off. I will stand by that. That was an offensive pass interference.
No harm, no foul. No, I should have been $1 million. I should have been. Look, I should have won $100,000 last night if my team parlay had a cashed in, but it didn't happen, bro. It didn't get called. I had to go into work.
Fans always complain about the refs and stuff. I feel like that was an egregious call. I don't think that's talked about enough. That was an offensive pass interference. Kirk Cousins got lucky with that one. He got lucky,
but he did it though. He did it though. And what was that like? Second down or third down at that point?
That I do not remember. I think
okay. Then the down and distance is going to be very important. Somebody, dear Lord, check that because I mean, but bro, you got me on here defending Kirk Cousins. And to answer your question, counselor,
Kirk Cousins, because you need the stats, you need the years of experience. Go ahead.
Okay, counselor, because look, I know you've done the LSAT and everything, and I have no legal law school, business being in law school or whatever, but you did not answer my question, and I asked you an easy question: is he closer to Kirk family member or Colt McCoy?
In terms of what he brought or what he brings to the table in DC, he's closer to Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, than Colt McCoy.
No. I'm talking about the total thing. Like if you look at it, and I had to pick this thing out of a candy jar, who is he more closer to as a quarterback?
Okay, so if we're talking like a spectrum, right? Left to right, I feel like he's okay. And let's say Kirk is on the right. And Colt McCoy's on the left. I think he's center right.
You're
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, center right.
Listen, I agree with you. He's not the quarterback of the future here in DC. He's not. I'm like, I agree with you. Just like Kirk Cousins wasn't or shouldn't have been like the quarterback in DC for the foreseeable future. And obviously, we messed up the whole situation. We didn't get any real compensation back. But he's not here in DC. Taylor Heinicke, I think I agree with you. Quarterback.
He couldn't hold Kirk Cousins' jockstrap or his vaccination card. But that's neither here nor there. But
that's invisible. But no, I definitely think he's closer to Kirk Cousins, at least in terms of what he brought to the table in DC, than Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy won one great game against the Cowboys Monday Night Football. I mean, that was it. That was a highlight of his career here in DC.
Yeah. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. At that time, it was a different time in Washington at that point. They were still they didn't really have a defense. This time, this defense has more talent
for most of this season.
No. But we're supposed to have that talented defense, right?
I don't care about the talent. Talent doesn't mean anything if it's not
executing
on the field.
Executing too. So
it wasn't executed until I would say the last 2-3 weeks.
Okay. Probably the last 2. Yeah, about the last 3 games. You're right. But they're slow starters. We slow starters, right? They were in a different time. They were in a time. They were like they like their little kid. They like your little cousin who's like smarter. Who think like, and the parents always tell them, "Oh, we're really smart. We're really smart. He's really Johnny is very smart." Put him in a room full of other kids. You find out your kid's stupid. So that's pretty much what Washington was the whole time. We were that stupid kid. Like all of us were that stupid kid this year, especially on this defense, right? I mean, we had people talking about Jamin Davis being a defensive rookie of the year. Hello?
Yeah. We win some when we lose some, Corey. Sometimes we win more than we lose, and I think that's all that matters in this game, right? That we call podcasting. But no, I Kirk Cousins has the stats. He has the stats. Where are the wins, bro? How have the Vikings done the last couple of years? I don't think they've done that much better than Washington the last couple of years, even with our quarterback situation.
They won a playoff game.
Huh?
They won a playoff game.
Bro, it was a fluke win.
They won a playoff game.
Literally pushed the man off and they didn't call it.
They won a playoff game.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, it was overtime. They won a playoff game.
Last second victory.
Drew Brees turned the ball over 2 times too. They took advantage of it. It's called the law of averages. It's what Dusty Baker would call the law of averages. That's why he doesn't have a World Series still, the law of averages. But anyway, no, man, that's exactly what that is, bro. Like, I mean, Kirk Cousins, for whatever you say, one, he's a Pro Bowl quarterback, right?
No. Back into Pro Bowls and awards.
He's Pro Bowl quarterback,
guy. If you were to talk about players backing into
Pro Bowl, look, Pro Bowl is not like Pro Bowl isn't what an all-pro is, though. I'm not saying he's an all-pro quarterback.
All-pro is more impressive.
The only reason why they were an all-pro is because Washington was a playoff team. They had 3 guards that Pro Football Focus rated that pretty much rated higher, and all your good guards were left guards. Excuse me. All your good guards were left guards. He was the highest rated right guard, right? Like
he handled business.
Handle business, my good. Yeah, handle business. Handle business being at the hospital. What you talking about, bro?
School Vikings should change your name to Crack Boy Sports Zone.
I don't know. I don't know if that the law schools won't like this.
Not saying. Listen, Corey. Again, he's not Kirk Cousins. He's for sure not Kirk Cousins. He's for sure not Colt McCoy. All I'm saying is there's a spectrum.
He's closer to Colt McCoy.
He is slightly to the right. He's slightly, and I'm not talking about politics here. Even though,
he's farther to the right than that, bro.
But he's closer, in my opinion, to Kirk Cousins than Colt McCoy. And when I say closer, I mean like this much closer. It's not like he's all the way, he could be Kirk Cousins next year with a little bit more seasoning. No, that's not happening. That's why I think he shouldn't be the quarterback. I'm not, Corey, there's still some people out here that think that Taylor Heineke could potentially still be a franchise quarterback here in DC. If not here, then elsewhere.
I know.
After one win.
That's why we have an opioid crisis in America. It's because of people like that.
Yeah. Brown Boy Sports Talk. Abdullah, what's
up, bro?
Yes.
Hey, good get, man. Good get yesterday.
He was the one who got us Justin Kutcher
Yeah,
last
cause I
week.
remember y'all. You talked about it. That's why I said
Mhm.
good get, man. Good get by him.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, who y'all hire? I know you gonna put some money in that Justin Fuente thing. What you gonna who gonna be y'all's head coach? Ain't nobody want to go to Blacksburg. Ain't nobody want to go to no daggone Blacksburg. Who y'all gonna get? Who's head coach at Blacksburg High School out there? That's who you gonna get. And they're gonna they're gonna go right over there by the food line to Blacksburg High School and get the coach out there.
Yeah, man.
I love all of God's people. That's why they call me Petty. They call me Petty C, man. You know that. Yeah. I'm a very you did. You've learned a little bit from. I can't wait till you're in the courtroom though. I gotta be there the first day. You go like when you're a lawyer in about 6-7 years or 4 years or something like that, and you go for your first case, and like I'm just gonna be like, they're gonna be like, you, sir, counselor, you are in contempt. Because I said, damn it, Nati, don't do that. And they said, get that man out of here now. He swore it. So like, this is gonna happen. But
yeah, I don't know. All I will say though, with the DeAndre Carter point, I want to bring up this too. We had a recent Twitter post that relatively, I'm not going to say like, went bonkers or anything, but relatively did really well. So we appreciate the support, and we think that DeAndre Carter deserves more recognition as a Pro Bowl guy here in DC. Obviously, we have Terry, we have Jonathan Allen, the best player on this team. And we're hopefully gonna get DeAndre Carter as well into the Pro Bowl. That's and maybe even Tress. Tressway too.
Tressway. Did you know Tressway is the oldest player on the team by age?
That's crazy. Well, except for Fitzpatrick, of course.
Well, oldest active player, 31. The outlier, like mathematics, it's just the outlier. See, very far right of. Oh, sorry, we're not talking about. Never mind. Anyway, anywho.
Okay. Well done, though, Corey. Well done. Anybody but Fuente. That's what Abdul responded back.
Shane, they want Shane Beamer down there, man. I think. Look out for. I'm telling you. I know this is off. Jamie Chadwell, and then also you might be able to go. I said this, but because Virginia Tech's too snooty. I'd go make a prayer and possibly a call down to Lynchburg. Go get Huge Freeze. They will be contenders.
Is he the one? There's always like
he got escort. He had escorts at Ole Miss. But hey, do you want to be escorted to a better football program? Well, like morality. Like I'm sorry, I want to win ball games, not just.
Like, we're already dealing with the DMV football team that just, I mean, it has its own like issues. Do we want another football?
What's your point?
Huh? Which one? What's football team?
No, I said, what's your point? What's your point? What's your point? Like they want to win,
college
right?
Kids, bro. College
they want to win. They want to win, though.
Look, I feel like in college, more importantly, is culture. Like I feel like that's the most important in college.
Yeah, well, the culture ain't work. Shout out to my boy Justin Hamilton. Used to be defense coordinator at UVA Wise. Hopefully, he survives out there. And he was defense coordinator this year. Still defense coordinator. Good dude from Clintwood. Actually played for the Redskins back in 2008. Went out there on special teams week 1 on the opener against the Giants, and the safeties coach Steve Jackson yelled at him, said, "Don't you ever go out there again," because they didn't have enough people out there again. So,
no.
Shout out to J-Ham, man. Good dude.
For sure. Next thing I want to get into in this stream, and trust me, again, we'll have some time dedicated to what you guys are all waiting for. Next question I want to ask you, Chase Young. I feel like I know your thoughts on this, but how big of a loss is Chase Young going down for the rest of the season? Potentially some games next season too. I don't think that's talked about enough with ACL surgery recovery. And do you believe in the current group of young defensive ends that we have right now, the Casey Tuhills of the world? I believe it's James Smith Williams, the Shaka Tony, Shaka. Like, what are your thoughts on the situation as is?
I think it's unfortunate. I think on the stat sheet we may not see too much of a difference there. Let's be honest with you. He wears the C, but he's the face of the defense. The real leader is number 93 on the defense, right? Like that. I mean, let's be honest. That's what it is. And now number 93 is playing like the superstar that we thought he could be, right?
Like last year, he had a down year 2 years ago, but last year,
he was okay. He was better down the stretch, but anyway, and he's playing more special team snaps this year too. He's on pace to have more snaps on special teams than any time in his career. Also, see, I do my research here, buddy. But Chase Young, and this is what gets me, Nati. And I don't know how much of the DC media you listen to as far as the radio goes. There's a certain curmudgeon that comes on a certain station that I call into prior to the Travis Thomas experience on the Team 980. And I feel like him and another woman who is a doctor in North Carolina have willed this on Chase Young. They talk about him in his extracurricular activities, which is making more money. But the young man's never in trouble. He says the right thing. And they got mad at him when saying, I'm trying to make my money, man. They're trying to make money. Like everybody. I work a full-time job.
Just like that, too.
Yeah. I work a side. I full-time job. I get salary. I got like 3 or 4 side hustles that I do throughout the year. So if it's good enough for me, why ain't it good enough for Chase Young? He trying to make some money. People talking about, mini camp. Like, you tell me your job said you got to show up for something that's voluntary and they ain't going to put out no spread. There's no incentive really to go. You going to go? No. I'm going to go where I make money. That's exactly what I'm going to do. But anyway, back to, sorry for the sidebar. I think that I believe in Tuhill and James Smith-Williams because there is no pressure on this. There's no high expectation for these guys. That's why I think a lot of people, it's a next man up mentality. And also, I don't think Jack Del Rio is going to have to worry about worrying about getting the most out of a superstar. There's not going to be some questions about, well, why are you playing Tuhill like this? It's going to be more the question, why is he playing or why is he not playing? Same with James Smith-Williams. Same with Shaka Toney. Maybe William Bradley the King if he gets activated again. Yes, I called him the King. But that's where I'm at with this. I think it's unfortunate that Chase is a loss for the season. I think he's a good man. I think that the kid is a great example. But at the end of the day, what's your favorite? Like what's your favorite movie? Right? Let's talk Transformers. Right? Transformers is a good movie, right?
Yeah,
so we know Optimus Prime was the one that stirred the pot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Bumblebee is always the front guy. Chase Young's Bumblebee. Dear God, I'm gonna say it. Jonathan Allen's Optimus Prime. He's the one that's making everything go around. So this year, he's doing it. He's always been that voice in the locker room.
This year.
He's always been the voice in the locker room. But now he's got his Jetfire pack like in the second movie, and he's looking all world, man. There you go.
All right. You know what? Let's get into it. 4 years, $72 million, $18 million per year, and you think he's just gotten good this year, Corey?
I think he's got. No, I think he's been good. Like I don't have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with. I won't.
Worthy of that contract. I felt like he's worthy of that contract last year, not just this year.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think he's outplayed this extension, just in doing what he's done this year. Like a guy, like I said, he's been like. I mean, he wasn't a head turner. He wasn't a head turner. That's his thing. Like he wasn't like, oh, it's Jonathan Allen. Oh, it's Jonathan Allen.
You know why? Because he set everybody up for success. That's why Montez Sweat and
that's why that defense was terrible.
No, last year.
Last year. Last year.
Set everybody else up for success this year because of the fact that he's the guy that's needed to really get this engine going on defense. He's the guy that's getting the sack. I mean, he was close last year. And I think that also shows hope for what Chase Young and Montez Sweat could bring next year as well, right? Like they're getting close, especially Chase, getting close on a lot of calls. But didn't get home. Maybe he might get home next year.
Horseshoes and hand grenades, right, bro?
Yeah.
Getting close. I mean, no, and that's exactly what it is. Horseshoes and hand grenades. It's getting close all the time. And it don't. Yeah.
I feel like there also has to be a difference between getting close as an interior defensive lineman and getting close as a defensive end where your job is literally to rush the pass.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I was a little tough on him
because
he was in the 30. He was in the 34 and went to and now he's an interior defensive tackle after he's playing this out of whatever.
Just gonna sweep.
Hey, I can look. I can admit when I'm wrong about somebody. I do, and I'm doing it right now. Like I said,
I'll admit when I am wrong. I'll admit when I am wrong. Antonio Gibson being an Alvin Kamara type back, that's not going to happen.
I think there's still potential there. There's still potential there.
Okay.
There's still potential there. I'm not saying that it's going to happen either, but there is potential. And I think this is like kind of your thoughts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of what it's the Ashburn syndrome, right? We don't believe that we have guys that can. We don't understand development. We don't understand development. We want it right now. We don't want to go. We want to draft a quarterback, but we want him to be plug and play and go. Sometimes that's not it. And then we want stuff that's sexy. Like we have a lot of people here that say they want to win, but they would rather lose sexy than win ugly.
That's why Fitzpatrick is so appealing to them.
Exactly. Exactly. He twisted his hand. I'm like, Fitzpatrick, that's all y'all going off of. Is Fitzpatrick did this. Fitzpatrick don't win. Like he never's won. He's never won anywhere. And then I even told you this. I think you and I talked about this off camera one time. I said, they're really getting to the point where they're going to try to convince us that Ryan Fitzpatrick is the answer. And had people believe that. And I told you, and I've told you this now. I said, this ain't going to be that. I said, this may not end up the way we think it's going to be. Nobody thought that it was going to end up this way where he was just going to get hurt first game and done. But, like, I mean, he was a waste. And then you bring in Paul Richardson 2.0.
Not talent, but injury-wise, yeah.
Yeah, Paul Richardson. He's still Paul Richardson, though. It's that same number. And then
but Curtis Samuel as a talent there's different levels to this.
Yeah, and the only reason why we started Curtis Samuel is because we were scared because of what he did to us last time we played the Panthers. That's about it. But then you have DeAndre Carter here, who's doing what Curtis Samuel. He's playing that role. He's playing that role, man. He is.
Okay, he's playing the role, but if Curtis Samuel's in this lineup and he's healthy, Curtis Samuel will play this role much better than DeAndre Carter. And I'm saying that as someone who made that post and like videos and all that.
What did I tell you about? If ands and butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
But yeah, if he was healthy, I know. Yeah.
I know.
I got you. I ain't trying to bust you down all the way, like I got to build you back up just tonight. It's like Jenga here, man. I'm just
okay.
then boom, there you go.
Okay. It's like Jenga. Yeah, man. On the Jonathan Allen stuff, I thought that if we were talking about odd men out, like with the defensive line throughout the summer, Jonathan Allen was never the guy for me. I just knew that, like, even while his stats were not great last year, 1.5 sacks, like the pressure that he forced. Let me bring up the comment from earlier. This was from
with the QB and QB hits, hurries, and pressures.
Yeah. Where is it? Oh yeah, Alexander Wilson. Yeah. I mean, he was amazing last year too. I don't think he was like top.
He was good. He was good last year. He was good last year.
He was amazing. In my opinion, the best defensive linemen last year on this team were you could debate Montez Sweat and Jonathan Allen. That's who I
Montez Sweat and Deron Payne.
No, not Deron Payne. Stop it.
Tim Settle.
No. Yep. What? No.
Yep.
Because you see the sack numbers being like the way that No, Corey. No.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Actually, Montez Sweat led the team in quarterback hits, and then Chase Young was third. Excuse me. Jonathan Allen was second. So I apologize there.
As an interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, and his
I'll give him
interior
that.
defensive lineman. Also, he struggled with in the tackles for loss column. He only had 3. Tim Settle had 5, and also Deron Payne had 7. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little bit better there. I think that matters more.
Do you really, Corey?
I do. But he did lead the team in one pivotal category that I will give it to. He led the team in safeties. Good for him. Thank you, John Allen. I appreciate you.
The pettiness just,
bro. It ain't petting it. It ain't petting it. It's just like it's just fact. It's just facts, man.
It's coming off. It's just no. Jonathan Allen is a beast. We're lucky to have Jonathan Allen.
He's a good. I mean, he's a good. He's put up good numbers. I'm not denying that. Yeah, he's put up good numbers. Yeah,
good.
He's put up good numbers. That stutter. He's put up good numbers.
But
what you want me to do, bro?
Not just good. Elite numbers. Elite. There's levels to it.
Well, now hold on, man. You can get away with saying great. Don't throw that E word in there just yet. Don't throw that E word.
Top 4 interior defensive linemen in this league right now. That's elite, in my opinion. Elite interior defensive lineman.
You got to do that to be considered elite. You got to put that body of work out consistently.
This is 2 years running now. He had a down year 3 years ago, and then he had that 8 sack year as a 4-3 or a 3-4.
And yes, man. Okay.
He
good. He good. He's top 10.
Is that not okay?
Okay.
Fair. Over the course of his career, top 10. The last 2 years, top 4.
I don't know about that. I don't know his career. Maybe about top 15, top 20. And we're talking right there.
Including this year.
Like when you talk about interior alignment in the NFL, John Allen didn't really come up in the conversation, right?
Until last year, yeah.
Maybe this year more than anything, but I get what you're saying.
Why would he give him 40 years, $72 million if his name didn't come up last year?
He living up to the contract too, man. Like I said, I think he's outpaid that extension. What you want me to tell? Tim, help me out here, bro. Help me out here.
Elite interior defensive lineman, elite defensive tackle in this league right now. He's
good. Very good. He's above average.
Kirk Cousins is above average, okay?
Kirk Cousins is average, bro.
Oh man, now you're gonna have me defending Kirk Cousins.
He's average.
That's why I said he's not Taylor Heineke. He's not Kirk Cousins.
Average. He's slightly here we go. I'm gonna do this BS thing now. Well, if average was right, in it highly elite was right or whatever, and above, he's like slightly. This is average, and this is Kirk Cousins right here.
Okay, but he's still above average. He's still
barely
top 13 quarterback in this league right now.
Ooh, can we say that? Can we really say that with good consciousness, man?
14?
I don't know. 15? He probably he's probably right there in the middle.
Really?
Hey, your boy Carr might be a little bit better than him.
My boy. Yeah, my boy Stafford is definitely better than him.
Oh, crap. Yeah. Here we go with this.
Now let's have that conversation.
Here we
Matthew
go.
Stafford potentially going to lead the Los Angeles Rams to a Super Bowl victory at home in LA. SoFi, because the Rams are SoFi, because Matt Stafford is SoFi. Definitely. I know he had 2 bad performances. I know, especially because he's on my fantasy team.
He's on my fantasy team too.
I had him fantasy team. No, I'm just laying it all out there. Okay. But Matt Stafford is a top 12 quarterback in this league. You cannot tell me otherwise, Corey. Oh, you're gonna say, "Oh, the Lions. How come they never won with Matt Stafford?
How come they didn't? How come they
This is
didn't?
the first time he's had a great supporting cast. He had Calvin Johnson, obviously,
Yeah,
right? I mean, but that was like, I think the last year he had Calvin Johnson
yeah.
was 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Okay.
Outside of Calvin Johnson, this is
Yeah.
by far his best supporting cast. He's never had a defense. He's never had a defense. Now he has a defense. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller was just brought over, although he did not play too well last game, but I think he'll get better. He has a defense. He has a solid running back, Darrell Henderson Jr. He has a great receiving core, even without Robert Woods. I think I'll say this: if Matt Stafford doesn't get this team past, I don't know, if he doesn't get this team at least the second round of the playoffs, then we could talk about how overrated he is. But I have confidence that he'll get the team at least the second round of the playoffs, and he'll continue to
He
show
should
that
get him
he's a
to.
top
He
12
should get him
quarterback.
to the second round of the playoffs.
Exactly,
What you're
because
talking
he's a
about?
great quarterback. If he was here,
He's
in
not a great.
okay,
He's not a great quarterback. Don't do that.
yes, he is.
No, he's not. He
Listen to Aaron Rodgers, the greatest of the greatest, talk about Matt Stafford. How highly he talks about Matt Stafford, one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time, Matt Stafford. Yes, that's what he says, not me. He said that.
Yeah, you gonna trust Aaron Rodgers?
When it comes to quarterbacks,
Okay,
yes.
okay, you gonna trust Aaron Rodgers? Gotcha.
When it comes to quarterbacks,
Gotcha.
yes.
Yeah, stop it, Matt
Sorry, I
Stafford.
had to
Come
get on
on,
my
dude.
sources.
Like, and it's the same thing. I told you. It's two things, and I'm not even gonna start with the first thing I want to say. Big Tim, and Authentic, my guys. What was this? Oh, that's right. Matt Stafford. We look at what he's doing here, right? They one he looked like he looks very Matt Staffordish against the Tennessee Titans, throwing balls. He don't know how to win, Nati. That's the thing. He doesn't. He don't know how to win. He knows how to put up
when the team is 7-3. They started off 7-1, Corey.
They were 7-3. They were 7-3 with Jared Goff.
Okay. Hold on.
They
the
were
way
last
they won
year.
games with Jared Goff is way more different. At least the last 2 years. Obviously, that Super Bowl year, yes, Jared Goff was great. The last 2 years, the way they won games was completely different than they're winning this year. They're winning because of Matt Stafford, and they're losing because of Matt Stafford. They're winning because of Matt Stafford this year.
There you go. Say that last part. Say the last part.
Okay, they're
Louder.
losing 2-3 games
because he don't know how to win, right? Because he doesn't know how to win, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He don't know how to win.
Doesn't know how to win. They're 7-3
Jared
right now.
Goff got as many playoff wins as Matt Stafford has playoff appearances.
No, I don't know. Jared Goff.
I'm not defending Jared Goff. Jared Goff is not good, but I'm just saying he's not a good quarterback right now.
How are the Lions doing right now? I mean, it's pretty much the same team.
They've gutted that team.
Kenny Galladay was not healthy last year, so it's pretty much the same team.
They gutted that team. No, it's not the same team. Yes, they've got rookie wide receivers running around there.
A great offensive tackle, even though he's a rookie.
They got Penei Sewell and Swift. That's about it.
Okay.
You got rid of Adrian Peterson's not there anymore. We know how valuable he probably was to that offense.
Stop.
Yeah, 500
a 36-year-old
TJ Hawkinson. They don't have anybody, They don't have anybody in Detroit.
The same team, Corey.
They are not the same team.
That's Stafford at last.
Different.
Year.
First off, different offensive system. Different head coach. Okay. Different quarterbacks coach.
Okay.
I'm sorry that Matt Stafford's husband is out there in LA with the Dodgers, but I'm just like, that's the only reason I went.
He might be
Clayton ain't going nowhere. Clayton Stafford ain't going nowhere. Then you got his wife throwing pretzels at people. And I didn't know her first name. I thought it was Kelly Stafford, not Karen Stafford. He not like my biggest problem with Matt Stafford is that it's not that he's not talented. He don't know how to win. He puts up. I know. I get that.
7-1.
He close it up for me. Win a playoff game for me.
Okay. Okay.
Homeboy wins a playoff game. He got to win 2. He got to win 2
No,
playoff games.
no.
Yes, you do.
No. You said 1. You win
Because
a playoff
he's got this super team and he's got all this talent,
Is it a
and they
super
should
team
be
though
in the
without Robert
Super
Woods?
Bowl.
I feel like it's the same. It's a super team without Robert Woods.
They got Odell. Another person.
Washed up Odell. I didn't like the signing from the beginning.
Oh, I don't either. I don't either.
Washed up Odell.
But it's Odell though.
It's
Odell Beckham. I know, but still Odell. So
that's a name.
Cooper
He's
Cup.
a name more. Unfortunately, he's a name.
Cooper Cup. Hey, he more than a name with it.
Who? Okay, let me ask you. Cooper Cup. Okay. Let's talk about Cooper Cup. Wow, the season that Cooper Cup is having. It's amazing that happens once Matthew Stafford comes to town and starts throwing in the ball, gets the team to a 7-1 start, makes Cooper Cup a better receiver than he actually is, makes him like a top 7 or right now a top 5 receiver definitely when it comes to stats. I would say Cooper Cup, a lot of his amazing play this year has a lot to do with Matthew Stafford because it isn't like Cooper Cup is the fastest of guys, the shiftiest of guys. It's not like he makes the most amazing catches of over other people. Like Matthew Stafford is the reason why this team has succeeded this year. Obviously, he's the reason why they wet the bed the last 2 games. But Jared Goff wet the bed way more, and he will wet the bed way more over his entire Rams career than Matthew Stafford will. That's a guarantee, bro. That is a guarantee.
Matthew Stafford's on a good chip lollipop right there, though, bro. The fact that you're giving all this trust to Matthew Stafford is just it's hilarious, man. It is. I mean, like I said, Matt Stafford, good, talented. He'll fill up a stat sheet. At the end of the day, it's just. It is a cleaner version of Kirk Cousins.
Oh, no. Bro, he's one of the most talented passers of all. Kirk Cousins pales into comparison. Kirk Cousins piles up the stats. They're garbage time stats.
Matthew Stafford, same thing.
The arm talents
to
win you games, right? Like there's only a very select few quarterbacks in the history of this game that had the arm talent that Matthew Stafford had. The winningness, okay, you got me. But he's on the Rams. Listen, he's on the Rams right now. He's gonna show out because this is the first time in his entire career that he actually has a supporting cast that will help him win games. I said supporting cast overall, not one player like Calvin Johnson, right? Even if he was an amazing player. Like I can't wait, man. This is gonna be like a Jonathan Allen situation all over again. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling.
I got a feeling that I know what I've seen before. It's the same reason. It's like when I told y'all about Ryan Fitzpatrick, I said, don't trust him. Don't trust him. Everybody said, oh, Ryan can do it. And I said, you did. I don't know. I didn't. Right, that's what I prefaced myself. When I said that. It's like, oh, everybody like, oh, Ryan Fitzpatrick, oh, he's going to do it this year. The problems that I have with Matt Stafford are the same problems I have with Ryan Fitzpatrick. And not talent-wise. I'm not denying his talent. I'm not doing that. The fact that he is inexperienced at winning ball games. And what did I tell you too? I said, this kid, huh?
He played for the Lions.
He played for the Lions. But still, with that talent, though, you could back into winning one game. Well, they did get cheated in Dallas. They did get cheated in Dallas. Huh?
Calvin Johnson. I mean, there's a
Who's
list
the quarterback? Who's the quarterback there? Matthew Stafford. Oh, that's right. Matthew Stafford was there.
A young Matthew Stafford that tried. Remember when they were like actual NFC threats?
He's 2 years older than Matt Stafford.
Back then, Matthew Stafford was drafted in 2010, right?
Yeah.
They played up until I think 20.
I thought it was 2009. Was it 2009?
It might have been.
Yeah, 2009.
Right. Okay, I mean that's 4 years into the league. No, my point is though.
Had a defensive talent like in Donkey Kong Sue. They've had some good players in Detroit when Stafford was there, especially defensively. Stephen Tulloch. Oh God, what's the corner that was pretty good? Darius Slay.
Tilling of his time.
Still he was there.
Corey. Remember the Lions were actually like they were NFC threats for like I think like a year or two or something.
Yeah, that's when
like,
they had
Jim
Caldwell. That's Jim Caldwell.
You're saying it was because of Jim Caldwell
coaching him up. Coach him up, man. He took him to 2 playoffs.
The same Jim Caldwell. Wasn't he behind the Colts like atrocious? Like without Peyton Manning, like the Colts were atrocious.
They was pretty bad without Peyton Manning. They were. But Peyton didn't want to go play. They couldn't do anything with it.
How about when Peyton left? How were the Colts then with Caldwell as head coach?
Caldwell was fired after the 2011 season.
He
why? Never was.
Because he's not a great coach, bro.
Oh, stop that. He was a good coach. He was a good coach. He was. He got him to Super Bowl, even with Peyton Manning. Deniable that talent. That talent.
I give as much credit to Caldwell for that Super Bowl as I give to McCarthy for that Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. That was all.
They had a good team. Come on now, they had a good team when they won that. They had a good roster.
But I do not give credit to McCarthy for that Super Bowl.
No, Ted Thompson and them deserved that ring because they put together a good team, and they did put together.
It was mostly Aaron Rodgers. Even back then. I mean, their defense was their defense was solid. Their receiving core was solid, but if you plug in like
veteran receiving, they had a veteran receiving core.
Yes, okay. But you even back then you could not win the Super Bowl, the championship without a great quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers was that guy even back then.
Yeah, you're right. So you're talking about if you plugged in like Matt Stafford or Kirk Cousins, they wouldn't have won.
I said Kirk.
And Matt Stafford. They probably still wouldn't have won. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we got our sides on the Matthew Stafford debate. We got our sides still, kind of, a little bit less so.
He's a fraud.
The Allen debate. Brandon Schaff, we're always going to have our sides, even though I agree with you. We shouldn't give him a long-term contract now. Too much money, injury history. Even though when he is available, he's a stud. He is the reason why our offensive line goes from being below average to being elite once he's in the lineup. Especially when it comes to run blocking. I don't know if you noticed. Go check out PFF. Go check out anything. The tape. Just go check out the tape. Our offensive line plays much better at opening holes when Brandon Schaff is in the lineup. That's just a fact. Over the last couple of years, we have our sides. We got.
What's that record? Hold on. What's that record when he's out of the lineup? It's like 13% or something.
Oh, okay.
Brandon Schaff. No. I'm asking. This is a question. 13%, but then it goes up to like 45, right? If he's in the lineup.
You're helping me here.
No, I'm not helping you there because it's all below 50%. It just helps. So you mean we had? It's not that we win.
Yeah.
That we have a better chance to win. It's we have a better chance to not lose. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And you can't be afraid. Like my thing with Brandon Schaff is no to denying him as a leader in that role. But your availability is key. Deaths, taxes, Brandon Schaff getting hurt is always a guarantee. He always, on average, he misses a month a season.
I mean, I think last year missed 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
So close to a month. Okay.
No. I'm just saying. Like, no, I agree. I'm now like in that bandwagon, I guess, or now in that group.
It's just like, and not the, I'm saying, like, you can't. Yeah, right. We can't be held hostage by not letting that guy go. Like the Patriots let Joe Thuney go, who was a damn good guard. Went to Kansas City. How the Patriots doing without him?
The thing is, the Patriots just they just draft like running backs really. Like they just literally draft offensive linemen every single year. They always pan out. Like that's just I don't know. That's just how Bill
Could you
Belichick
say
is
that it
drafting
was?
on
Could
them.
you say it could be coaching? I'll throw this one at you too. You know, you always bring up Morgan Moses to me, right?
Oh, how is he doing up there in New York? The most versatile.
Let me say,
offensive
hold on.
lineman.
You know what? I'm gonna look this up. I meant to look this up earlier. I'm gonna see something.
Okay.
I want to see this because it may hurt my theory. It might hurt my theory. So y'all might see me with egg on my face here momentarily. Crap. But like my thing is, I thought that John Matsko. People don't realize how valuable that guy is as a coach here. I think that we lucked up because we got to transition from Bill Callahan to John Matsko. And I think that John Matsko, when Bill Callahan here, we saw the difference. We saw the difference in this offensive line.
Remember, that was like kind of the biggest sort of win, I guess, of like the Bill Callahan.
Yeah. So we saw the difference here. We saw that the one thing about this defensive line, right, is that this offensive line, it's very plug and play now. Very plug and play. Like the offensive line has done very well. They've done very well for themselves. And you're talking about a guy who, in John Benton, who comes from the Kyle Shanahan way of coaching offensive lines. Thin linemen, not very physical, very finesse, that zone blocking scheme. To me, that was a mismatch already because he was like he doesn't fit that system with the Jets. He's a physical tackle.
That's about it.
There you go. He's a physical tackle. He's a physical tackle. But I mean, it's coaching, bro. It is coaching.
That's why I paid so much attention to honors like All Pro and even like PFF stuff occasionally, especially when it comes to like
into it,
the lines, offensive line, defensive line. It's because like you talk about Ashburn syndrome. I think like we had a lot of that with Morgan Moses. We have a lot of that with our own players. But when it comes to when you have like national guys recognizing national teams, executives in the NFL recognizing players here, that's when I'm like, you know what, this goes beyond Ashburn syndrome. Like we actually have someone here. And I feel
here
like
we go.
You can do that with Brandon Sheriff and John Payne. Go ahead.
Here we go. The ultimate Ashburn syndrome is about a player that has never been on our roster. And we have heard it all this week. One, Cam Newton. That is the ultimate Ashburn syndrome, right? Because one, Ron was his coach for 9 seasons. And not even once did he think to pick up the phone or even show his hand to call him. Yeah. To me, that speaks volume.
Exactly. Yeah.
But everybody's like, oh, we need Cam Newton. We need Cam Newton. Even when Ryan Fitzpatrick went down and Cam was sitting at the house, even after they said he got vaccinated, still sitting at the house. What makes you think that you know more than Ron Rivera in this situation about a guy? Like they came into the same office and basically built the Carolina Panthers themselves. Like what? Like why? And then I had people like our guy Hawk who comes in. You got Hawk come in here. I love Derek. Cam gets vindicated. We don't owe you don't owe Cam nothing as a Washington fan. We don't. So, but we sit here and we like, oh, well, Cam's gonna get right there. Do you think maybe going to Carolina? Do you think that maybe David Tepper didn't treat Ron Rivera right? A guy who had put blood and sweat and tears into that program. You didn't let him go out. You didn't let him go out on his own terms. You just fired him right after Thanksgiving. The man lived there. The man's house burned down in Carolina.
That's true. Yeah, good point.
Like, I mean, that's my thing, right? Now, this could blow up all in my face if Cam goes out here and balls out, right?
I was just about to say, if he
It
goes
could.
off against Ron Rivera,
It
bro,
could.
for our sake, as like podcasters, people in this
Yeah.
community, I hope that is not happening because the fans are just gonna say,
Oh, it's gonna be
"He's
because
gonna sign
we're such a damn fickle fan base, bro. Like we are. Like we think that like people treat this as Madden. Like they do. Like I mean, yeah, man. If I'm playing Madden and my quarterbacks go down and Cam Newton and Frazier, yeah, I'll pick up Cam Newton. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up. Yes, we know this is homecoming, but Ron Rivera, I would be disgusted, and I honestly, and I don't say, I don't really speak in absolute on a lot of things. It would be a fireable offense if he gets blown out by Cam Newton. And I have not said that I've preached patience with Ron Rivera. It would be a fireable offense. Somebody should lose their job, whether it's the offensive coordinator, whether it's Ron, somebody in scouting part. A head should roll because he knows Scott Turner. Scott Turner was his quarterback coach. Shout out Dub. What's up, bro? It's a fireable offense if that happens. It's a fireable offense. And it's not somebody like Jack Del Rio. He's the only one I would really think would be safe in that situation because he's never and why I say this is the same reason why I'm not as hard on Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio only has two people that really worked with him before. Brett Vesselmeyer, and I don't even think Scania played the assistant defensive line coach, Jeff Scania. I don't think he's played with them too. But there are two people who really weren't Ron Rivera people. I mean, you look at Richard Rodgers, was a college teammate of him. This is the reason why his son was here as a tight end for a little bit. Chris Harris played for him in Chicago and also in Carolina for a little bit. Steve Russ, the linebackers coach, came over from Carolina. Sam Mills III, I think he still has a house in Charlotte somewhere because his daddy was a legend there. So you look at this, you look at that squad. How you gonna go into a new place and you're already like everybody's friends with the boss besides you, and he's supposed to be the people that's supposed to report up to you. Like Ron is the superintendent, you're the principal, and you don't know any of these people. Teachers can go behind your back and go to the superintendent.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey man, I told you, bro. I thought about this from the jump. I mean, dude, I have sit here and you got to pick a side. And I mean, if you listen to Team 980 tomorrow, I can't guarantee that this rant may not be kind of partially said on there. So just watch out, man.
Might give a listen. No, but it's just gonna be.
It's gonna be rough, bro.
It's just gonna be an atrocious look if we get blown out by the Panthers. I mean, after all, this is going back like to last season too, like or not last off season with like the whole
his first season here, yeah.
I mean, like this is. Man, so I think a lot of pressure on Ron Rivera to really show up. Johnny from Sports Talk Chicago.
The legend.
Yes, sir. Yes,
John.
sir. Legend.
That's a GOAT right there. Chicago sports. Man, the only man that will ever make me care about Chicago sports. I wish I had his black book, just the people. And next time you interview Jeff, hey, can you get me Jeff Joniak? Can you get him to call me? I really like that's one of my favorite play-by-play guys. I see nothing, and I mean nothing but Kentucky bluegrass in front of him. Devin Hester, you are ridiculous. Bro, I would listen to, what is it, WBBM, right?
Yeah.
Is it WBBM? Yeah, I used to when I was growing up, I would turn on after the Redskins game.
Mhm.
I would turn on and find the stream on the Chicago news site just to listen to Jeff Jones. I never forget when Todd Sauerbrunn punted twice to Devin Hester when he was on the Broncos. I never forget that. Love Jeff Joniak. I'm a huge Jeff Joniak fan, man.
Hey, are you talking about WGN TV?
No. It
else?
was it I think it's WBBM or I think that's what it is. WBBM or something like that. I can't think of what WBBM.
Yeah, I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah, okay, I got it right. Yes, I did. I got it right. Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Man, so John knows it's real. John knows it's real. If I know what it was, WBBM, he knows it's real. Tell him he has a Washington fan that has been a fan of his for like 13, 14, 15 years.
Okay.
Go, boys.
I think he knows that now for Washington, hopefully. But
I got John, bro. Shoot.
For sure.
But he ain't no Justin Kutcher, though.
Or maybe even the guests that we have coming up, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll let you know off camera.
Shucks.
Tease it a little bit. No, but this has been a great conversation. I learned a lot from listening to you, bro. And I do want to get to in the short amount of time that we have left, maybe like 10 minutes. Talking about this upcoming matchup.
Yeah,
a little bit more. Washington versus Carolina. In Carolina, bro, I kid you not. One of my friends, right? Like from my first couple years of college, we hadn't like messaged each other for quite a bit. I think it was like even like before COVID, really. Or it was like at the start of COVID. I let him know about this channel and all that, and I think he was subscribed, and he is subscribed. But he called me today after I don't know how long, saying, I haven't seen any Carolina versus Washington content on your channel. He's a Panthers fan. He's from Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, just wait for tonight and wait for tomorrow when Abdullah has like the full preview. And he talked about how hyped Charlotte is right now with Ron Rivera with Cam Newton being back in town, and how this is like the Ron Rivera revenge game, him coming back to Charlotte first time since he's been fired. And I don't know, the entire city is really like, it's just galvanized around this team right now. And with that being said, what are your thoughts on this? This is the first question I'm going to ask you. And with Carolina, right? He also told me a lot of Washington fans, a lot of Redskins fans, Washington fans down there. I mean, how hyped do you think the environment will be on Sunday?
I think this is going to be one of the biggest games to see. I think this is going to be one of the premier games. And I think that because you got to think a lot of former Redskin fans are current Panther fans, because we used to have the market all the way down into Atlanta years ago. And you still have clusters. I'm actually going to Anderson, South Carolina, not too far from Charlotte, this weekend. Go watch UVA Wild play some basketball, and they've got Redskin fans down there still. They get debated on the name change and all that. We don't talk about that shit. But anyway, like I mean, they've got the fans. I think it's gonna be hype. And I told you this from the jump. It's my 31st birthday Sunday.
Oh yeah.
And I thought about going down there. I thought about going down there, dude. Like I said, I'm going to wait till the last minute and see if I can buy tickets. And then I'm like, damn, Cam gets it. And I said, if he starts, I'm like, bull sugar. I screwed myself, man. I could have had pretty good tickets. The tickets were high anyway.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I want to know why did they bring Cam back? Did they bring Cam back because they're trying to get a new stadium, or look at their it's something why Tepper went back to that well, or told Matt Rule to go back to that well. Like that's one thing. But it's gonna be hot. Just conspiracy theory. That's what I'm saying. Conspiracy. I love good conspiracy theory. We are this is going to be a good. It's going to be. I think it's hype. And I think now that you do have Ron Rivera here, in Washington, I think it kind of makes a little rivalry because we used to play these growing up. We used to play Carolina all the time. There was the only time the first time Carolina ever beat Washington. Little known fact, 2003. You know what the game-winning touchdown? Guy wore number 48. Why is that number sound familiar? Name was Stephen Davis. I grew up watching Stephen Davis. So, like, there's a little bit of fuel to right. I always think that the Carolina should be in the NFC East. I love I love the Dallas rivalry, but I think Carolina, it makes too much sense.
Yeah,
makes too much sense, right? But you just gotta keep it there. I mean, but then we had the Cardinals in the NFC East for years too. But no, this ain't gonna be hype, bro. I'm excited. One of my favorite bartenders is a Carolina fan. I said we can't be friends this week.
Or maybe even next week, based off the reaction to the game. But
we're gonna be hype on the Warpath on Sunday. You better believe it.
I'm going to watch, bro.
You better be.
Always liking and stuff, but I'm going to watch even more than I have.
Yes, sir. You better drop in there. You better drop them comments in there, man. You better drop the comment up in there, boy.
For sure. You know what the first comment's gonna be? What? How amazing to Jonathan Allen look after his first
you're gonna lose. You know you're gonna lose your mod. You're gonna lose your mod. I'm taking mods away.
I mean, yeah, that would definitely fit in with like the pettiness sort of like thing, but
it'll be right back after a while, but just for that moment, I said, damn it, Naughty.
For sure.
What's up, Chris?
Oh yeah. He's always saying I'm still running. I always invite you to the show, bro. I always invite you to the show. You are fully welcome. We can have this like discussion, right?
Hey man, it's a theme. It's a theme though. It's a theme though, dude. It's just a theme. That's it. Like he making t-shirts. He say not to running. Could be running for the Lord, man. You never know. He running for the Lord. That's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. Well,
yeah. But Chris, thank you for joining, bro. It's imperative we get Panthers out of here. No games played. Our biggest game of the year will be against Seattle. I don't know. This game is going to be huge.
I completely disagree with this.
With this one, okay.
And why I say this is your biggest game of the year is the game you're playing right now. For right now, if you think you're gonna make it to the playoffs or you think you're gonna make some damage, I agree. I disagree with this until next week. Right now, it's all about the Panthers. You cannot look ahead. We as fans cannot look ahead. Because people read the headlines. People are watching our social medias and everything. People watch our channels. You'll be amazed at some of the people that watch your channels that you don't even realize. I had Tom Grossi watching my channel one day.
Whoa.
It's wild, man. Like, so you don't know who's watching you. So you can get in these people ahead and be like, hey, don't look ahead now. We got to stay in this frame of mind right here. Carolina, eat, sleep, breathe, kill Panthers. That's it.
There you go. These two teams might be the last ones vying for the 7th seed in the NFC playoffs. So
we got a lot of work to do, bro. We got a lot of work to do. I ain't talking about no playoffs. I ain't talking about no P word, but it's the most Washington thing. I said this in the bye week. They'll win 3 to 4 more games minimum. It's the most Washington things. And all these people who talking about quarterbacks and drafts and shout out to my boy Hail to W. Pauly. He says that's loser talk. And you know how I've always felt about tanking. I've always felt this way. I say you run on. Hey, another church reference. Run on, see what the end's gonna be, bro. That's exactly what you got to do.
Preach.
Well.
All right. So, okay. So we had that. We got that out of the way. Second and last question. Do you think this offense is going to put up points against Carolina defense? Because I think this defense in Carolina, much like the Broncos defense, I think even more so than the Broncos defense, is super underrated. It just brought over Stephon Gilmore. They're already really good without him, but now they're elite in my opinion. Terry McLaurin, last couple of times he's played against the Panthers, obviously you had Dwayne Haskins, for both, actually. Dwayne Haskins for most of that game last year.
We beat ourselves last time around.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
he didn't have the greatest stats largely because of that. Speaking of Dwayne Haskins, will never get mature. It seems like. I mean, do you think our offense will be able to put up points against this Carolina defense?
Yeah, I think they can run the ball. I think that you're going to have to get an opportunity. You're going to have to run the ball. Like, really?
One of the best rush defenses, too, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, you can't be afraid of that. You can't be afraid of that. I think you have created. What did I tell you about that win in Tampa? It talked about your maximum potential. That is what you can achieve. You need to take that blueprint, cater it a little different, but you got to run. You're going to have to win in the trenches, man. That's what it is. You have to push these Bamas back, and you have to run right at them. We don't even know if Brian Burns is going to go because he's after that dirty hit that that the future offensive rookie of the year did to him. So, that was a dirty play, Mac Jones.
Anybody I like that Jones player, but like in terms of what he brings to the table with that.
So I mean, you got to go out there and run. Who's going to be our tight end is key. It's going to be key also. Tyson got me on the leg. Bad cat. Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna do, man. Who's your tight end? Is it gonna be my boy John Bates, who can catch? I told you he can make some catches. We gotta hold on to that ball, right? He's not the fleet of foot, but he's exactly what I told you. He's probably advertised it, and we haven't heard about any. The only tight end I really heard anything about is Freiermuth too. So, man, they gotta go out here and win. They gotta go out there, knock some people out there, and run the ball. Boring. Dominate time possession, convert on third downs.
Dante Jackson was lined up against him last year, and he pretty much shut Terry down. So, I mean, like, I understand the quarterback had a lot to do with it, but, like, there comes a point where, like, even the last couple games, Terry, obviously, he's made the great catches at the end of the game, but this is what I like to tell people all the time who haven't, like, as a fantasy owner, like, he's not going to put up, or at least the last couple of weeks, he hasn't put up the stats, right? Like, he's going to make the impact play that matters the most at the end of the game. Kind of like the anti-Kirk Cousins, even though he does play receiver, right? He's going to make the impact play at the end of the game, even though he's not going to have, like, the most amazing stats. This is also, we'll talk about this. We can talk about this a little bit more off camera because I don't want to hold you too much longer.
You good, bro?
He's also one of the reasons why, this is one of the reasons why I don't think Terry is going to actually be in the Pro Bowl this year in the NFC. Because one, I think the NFC is stacked, and two, because the recognition that fans give to players, it's largely because of stats. So when you have like the NFC receiver situation being the way it is, and a lot of people say, "Oh, Justin Jefferson, he fell off a little bit, right? He's not as great as he was last year." You know who's going to take his place this year, Corey? Cooper Kupp.
Probably. Yep.
So
affirmative action. But the one thing about Terry that's a knock on him though too is he's older for a third year wide receiver, which that shouldn't be. Yeah, exactly, man. That should not be, and that should not be the case. The fact that the way that they have disrespected this man, like the man is a complete wide receiver. Like he goes out there and people's like, oh, well, maybe we're over about it. You can't tell me that Corey Davis is better. You can't tell me that Cole Beasley is better than him.
My gosh, bro.
You can't tell me that. Like there's no way on God's green earth last year you could tell me that. The man, and what the man does is he's never had a quarterback. He's never had a legitimate quarterback. And he puts up these numbers. That's more impressive. And the fact that he's not flashy. You know what he suffers from? He suffers from Art Monk-itis. Not saying that he's great like Art Monk. Not saying that. I'm not saying that. But the fact that, I hope he does get there. The fact that he is like people turn their nose at him. They got to make him wait for this stuff. When the man's dominating the game, he's not flashy. Don't run his mouth. He just goes out there and does his job. He's boring. He's such a boring wide receiver, and that's what I love about him. He's boring. He's humble. He's intelligent. He's not flashy. He's a hard worker. A leader. Yes. And you don't see, how many captains do you see? How many wide receivers do you see with a C across their chest?
Very few.
Thank you.
Anti-DK. Yeah.
That big baby.
Okay. I lied. I want to ask you this quick question.
Go
Wizards.
ahead.
Thoughts on the Wizards?
Wizards. Hey man, how about them Wizards, man? They balling, ain't they? They balling. It's a good time in DC right now. We had that loss against the Hornets last
Mm-hmm.
night, but
Charlotte. Hopefully that's not a sign.
yeah, no, I know, right? We got revenge. It's a sign we need revenge, right? Spencer Dinwiddie's been playing really well. And then you got Montrezl Harrell, who's been that dude is a beast. The first time I actually really got a chance to, I've been like reading the stat lines and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but you may have saw my tweet. I sat down and watched him for the first time. That guy, we were up by 20, but the Orlando Magic said they went on a 7-0 run. I was like, yeah, I can't watch this city. I can't watch this, but they won the game. So, I think that it's amazing what defense does. Amazing what defense can do. And when you have somebody who actually has the cojones to actually say, hey, you suck, you're not playing, and Wes Unseld Jr.
And it's crazy. Usually when you got these it's really sad to say, but usually when you got like these sons, these like children of like legends coming over to like
They don't
coach a team that like their father, their parent was like known for playing for, stuff like that. Usually doesn't turn out well. I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually doesn't turn out well. The homecoming is rather short, and but Wes Unseld Jr., man, he's definitely been the right coach for the season. And although Spencer Dinwiddie had a big zero burger yesterday, last night.
Yeah,
he's been
pretty good. He's been the point guard that seemed like he can roll with. He's not trying to be up front. He's not trying to be the superstar. He's good with being Robin to Beal. So and then Kuzma. I mean, Kuzma has done good so far. This trade, man, has looked so good for the Wizards. Like, I mean, you basically, and I like Russell Westbrook, but you basically sold elephant peanuts, and to get all that.
To be fair though, Corey, like I hear a lot of people saying that, but I think we're forgetting that with the Rockets, even with the Wizards last year, Russell Westbrook, when he transitions to new teams, he starts off super slow, and the second half is an MVP candidate. That's been the story of like Russell Westbrook the last couple of years. And I think, honestly, that he could potentially be that this year for Lakers too, especially once LeBron.
I don't know. I don't know when you go into the nursing home to play. They're too damn old, Nati. That's what the Lakers are. They can't go like you getting a 7-game. Like, this is what happened with them with Phoenix. Phoenix had legs compared to them, and they got outgunned.
But the Lakers also, I mean, LeBron was not 100%. AD was definitely not 100%. I mean,
who is the playoffs? Who is?
No, 100%? I mean like
health-wise, I get what you're saying.
They're still, they were more than usual.
Everybody gonna make an excuse for LeBrick, I know, so it's all good. LeBrick Lane.
Put some respect on the second greatest player of all time.
Third. He's not even the second best player I've seen play. Now, I've seen Jordan play.
Exactly. I was just okay. I mean, that's not a hot take. I mean, I said second.
Third. He's the third best player
behind Kareem.
No, I haven't seen Kareem play.
Who's second?
Kobe. And I don't like Kobe.
We'll have this conversation off camera. I want to get to the last question. Again, don't want to hold you too much longer, at least on the live.
Very good.
Who do you think is going to win this matchup, Washington or Carolina? And final score prediction.
That's a serious question. Who do I think will win this game?
Yes.
Hail to the football team, bro. Hail to the football team. Go to the football W. Hail to the W right here. Give me Washington money line. Yeah. They got the W on the field now. That looks beautiful. That's actually the background right here now. Give me Washington football team money line. I said 31-21 on George Carmey's channel, but because I said I'm turning 31, so I said get that. But let's go a little bit more realistic. Give me 20. You know what? Let's go a little bit lower than that. Give me 17-10 football team.
Defensive slugfest. Okay.
Casey Toohill has 2 sacks.
Okay. I don't know about that. Okay. I like it. Very bold. Might shock you, but I also have Washington winning.
Yeah, that's pretty doggone shocking. Your negative self, your pessimistic butt. Yeah, you're right.
Realistic.
Pessimistic.
Realistic.
Pessimistic.
And like I said, I am realistic. The score prediction is 24-20. That's my score prediction. So
you're going a little high on us there.
Not that much higher.
Yeah, that's a little high. That's a little high there, but still hit the under though. So, but yeah, man. Okay, all right. I say, yeah, you still pessimistic. I remember we're coming up on that year. We're coming up on that year since I told you it's okay to believe 90. And what happened? They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So,
did you predict the win last week? Be honest.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So
no, I didn't predict
you were
it.
being realistic too at the moment.
No, I didn't. I thought they would cover. I thought Washington would cover. I didn't think we were gonna get a butts beat. Yeah, we could cover.
Yeah. Abdullah did. I thought we were gonna lose, but it's probably gonna be like, I don't know, 10 points max, maybe like 7 or 10, something like that.
It was funny. I should have said we were gonna win because I saw a sign the other day, and I kind of said this on my channel. It said, "Don't give up before the miracle happens." And like the damn thing just stuck out to me. I put on Instagram and everything. And you know how I had Operation Outlast the Bastards. Now it's Operation Don't Give Up Until the Miracle Happens this year. So I mean, signs is a weird thing, bro. It's a weird thing. Mel Gibson had a heck of a movie about them. But they're weird, man. But yeah, I don't know. Ron Rivera's teams are like Ron Rivera's like Joe Gibson December, right? They're usually pretty. They win. Their teams win in December, so we'll see. But I think Washington wins this game. I think they win it for Ron and the staff and everything. I think they need this win. They need this win because I think, like I said, it could be a fireable offense if they lose and came. If they lose close. I'm not necessarily saying, but if Cam eats, it's a fireable offense.
Yeah. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. This was another great conversation. I mean, Corey stuck it out for an hour and almost 30 minutes. So
yeah, bro, always.
Go give Corey and On the Warpath some love. Go like, comment, subscribe to his channel, first and foremost. And if you guys get the chance, maybe do that on here too. But
if y'all ain't doing this and y'all up in this brother stream right now, y'all, there's something wrong with y'all. Y'all better subscribe to these young men. They doing some great things here. Like we said, Abdullah and Nati had a great one with Justin Kutcher. Evan does his thing too. It is great, and probably the most famous out of the four, y'all. And Noah does a heck of a job with his advanced analytics and fantasy stuff and all that. So these four guys, they've got it done. They're doing a great job, these young men. So y'all got to go out there and support these cats. And if you're in here and you even listen to a second of it, you need to subscribe to them.
Appreciate that, bro, as always. And shout out to everybody again in the chat, and Alex Wilson again with the donation. And again, we have a great matchup obviously on Sunday, Carolina, Washington. Abdullah should have the full preview out tomorrow, and obviously we're gonna have the post game reaction after the game. And Tuesday, Wednesday, telling you, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good interview.
Oh, I can't wait to figure out who this is.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh, we still live.
I gotta sign off. It's always really long for you. I'm sorry. It's always really long. The sign off, but yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your evenings, and see you on the next one.